Fivel, thank you so much for doing this. This is awesome.
I know. I'm very
Um,
excited. It's like the I haven't seen anyone other than my family.
oh my goodness. Yeah, well, with everything going on, I was like, you would be the perfect person to chat with, and
Yeah.
um, just because of how crazy it has been. But I was like, you are so positive. I was like, I just want to talk to Fivel. So
Yeah.
I want to let everybody know who's watching. Just you can. I want you to type out where you're from. We want this to be a community type of vibe. At the end, please write down some questions for
Yes.
Fivel. I know she would love to answer them. And to get things started, I just want to know, like, how are you doing? What's been happening?
Um, well, a lot of staying in, a lot of we were hiking a lot, but now we just got the alert that hikes are closed, beaches are
Yeah.
closed. So now we're like super indoors. This is the first day of that um extremeness, but other than that, I don't mind not having to hustle. Like I really don't mind just
What do you, oh, you mean not having to hustle, like just
yeah,
slowing down?
yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
And that could be scary to a lot of people,
Hmm.
which is completely understandable. Just because we have to make money to live. But
Definitely.
that's why I think it's such an amazing thing that I have. I've got like such a stable home and such a stable family that like
Yeah.
doing just staying home and creating and drawing and painting is super enough.
Yeah. It's speaking of family. I know firsthand just by knowing you for many years. I would go to your house. The whole family had family night games, and you
Mhm.
have such a. I think that's why you are so strong and the way you are because of your family. So tell me how that's been being able to have more time with your family. Like, what have you guys been doing? Cooking? Is there any just
Yeah. Well, actually, I feel like I don't know if it's for you or for anyone else. A lot of, well, this is definitely a growing and breaking down experience. Like, we have
hmm
no option to leave.
hmm
So it's like when you get uncomfortable with something, or if you are in unfamiliar territory and you get uncomfortable, you can't not face it.
hmm
So,
hmm
and I think that, even specifically with my relationship with my
hmm
boyfriend and with, if you and your family have a hard time communicating, like this is the time that you're going to get over that, because
Yeah,
you either can suffer and
definitely.
or you can get through it. And
Hmm
um, I know with this last week, it was a big emotional breakthrough with some things in my life. And I think it was just because I couldn't dormant it. I couldn't just go to the spa, or I couldn't just go
Mm.
for a movie by myself. Like I needed to face it one on one. And so, with it,
Was that through just time, or did you talk to someone, or
yeah, it was definitely, the people involved were definitely there to communicate, which is a huge blessing that people are open to communicating. But I don't know. It's like, when you experience something and it's in your head and you can't not have it in your head. And so when you have the ability to just leave, it kind of just disappears. This was kind of
hmm
an experience where it was like in my head. Okay, it's in my head. Okay, it's in my head. It's in my head. It's in my head. And it's like, oh my God. So,
hmm
and I think that could be with like families or any relationship where it's like if you are annoyed with your mom and
definitely, yeah.
you want to leave, and so I'm just gonna leave. This time around, you can't leave.
Right,
You
right,
can't. Yeah.
right. We have the, like you're saying, like in our last interview we did last year, we talked about that, like being present and doing different. Now we are all basically present,
Yeah.
And because of where life is right now, and you're right, if you have any discomfort with somebody or an issue, now is the time to call them, talk to them, and
Yeah.
say, look,
Yes.
I'm sorry, or this happened, I'm hurt.
Yes.
And so you're saying that's what's been helping you a lot in this time.
Yeah. Talking and communicating and getting uncomfortable with
Mm,
yourself and everyone around
hmm.
you, and like making a choice that if these are the people that you want to surround yourself with, like you just got to be better
Right.
ultimately, is like the decision that everyone has to face. Just
Yes.
being better at like
Just.
being a human, you know,
Hmm.
like I feel like everyone has places where they just run away to, but like now you
Hmm.
literally just have to be kind and you have to
Yeah.
hate.
We're all in the same position right now.
Yeah. And
Everything is so.
I
Hmm.
think this is like so helpful, like this time right now. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the earth is like, it's like a resting point for us all to rest, get back on track. If there's anything we've been procrastinating anything about, this
mhm,
is the time to dig deep within ourselves. That's what I'm hearing
right.
from you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
uh
how are you handling it?
Man, it was crazy because the week, or maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, it was a situation where I can just tell LA was just in fear, and just going into the grocery stores, and just seeing people just like getting a lot of toilet paper, no water. I haven't
Scared.
seen that. Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's
So
scared.
yes, Trader Joe's was packed. I'm sure people who are watching right now know what I'm talking about. And so I even though I know how to clear my mind and whatnot, it was still, I had to make sure that I was keeping calm. And so that's what I was noticing. So and so I guess what's been helping me with just waking up and clearing my mind, um, affirmations, and
Hmm.
just connecting with family,
Yeah.
and not getting caught up so much in the news, even though I don't even watch the news that much, but I've been
Oh,
catching myself watch a lot because
yeah.
it
Right.
is a big thing. And we know there's a lot of things that are going on, and it's affecting older people to younger people.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I just been trying to eat better at this time, drink a lot of
Hmm.
teas. My girlfriend's making me some teas, and just
Yep.
trying
Yep.
to do all the things I can, wash your hands and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's still things are happening right now. So that's why I wanted to talk with you, because you have such a you're such a positive person, and I know the viewers look forward to hearing from you. I also
Hmm.
wanted to know, from our last conversation, you touched on some books that you
Hmm.
you you loved. In our last conversation, so many people were like, they love that book, Reconciling the Differences.
Yeah. Hmm.
They really were typing away on that. I wanted to know, like, at this moment, it's been a week. Is there any books that have been helping you through this time?
Um, so interesting enough, not really. I
Okay.
haven't really been reading. My boyfriend wants to start a book with me. So I think we'll start that. The something soul, I forget what it's called.
Something
Um,
soul.
the I
The spiritual book.
it's a spiritual book
I think
about,
I
yeah, the
the seed of the soul. Seed of the soul. Is it? That was one.
oh, I don't know what it is.
It's
I
okay.
will have to, yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that. But there is a little book. I don't have it right now, but it's like this big.
Oh, cool. I love those.
It's a,
Yeah, I love
yeah,
those books. Yeah.
small book, and it's called the Master of the Mind. This is the Master of Love, so I think it's
Ah.
the Master of Mind,
Okay.
and it just talks you into being present.
Great.
Um, and it's just like little exercises that you can do throughout your day to stop and take care of yourself. Um,
Great.
and then also writing and drawing. Like I've
Mm.
been drawing a lot, and just getting into that hyper focus
Yeah.
where you're literally just focusing on this one task, and you don't have your phone around, and you're just doing literally whatever, even if
Hmm.
it doesn't look good. Just being hyper focused is stimulating your mind and your brain to not go crazy. because you're literally you're focusing. You're not focusing on the untethered soul. Thank you, Fivel.
Untethered soul.
The
Okay.
untethered soul. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Wonderful.
so we want to start. He has brought that up, and so I think we want to start that book. I think he's already started it, and he's expressed how amazing it is. So
Wonderful.
yeah, you know, and that's also like a good idea that Andrew has brought into surface of like calling a friend and being like, hey, do you want to read this book together? You can get it on, you know, your app, or you can go get it and then just read a chapter and then call me and we can talk about it. Like it's
Wonderful.
a very super simple practice that you can do.
Right.
But drawing and just playing with watercolors, playing with colors in general, I feel like right now, you know, this might sound cliche or whatever, but it's a very gray time. It's a very dark time. So if you just maybe add, like this is my thing that I use.
Oh, I see it.
So it's just like this.
Wow. Yeah.
It's just a bunch of watercolors and
the colors.
One.
What have you painted? Can you show us anything like that?
I actually don't have my book. My boyfriend just left to go to his friends, and I think it's in his car.
Okay, no worries.
But
well, they can check it out later on your stories or something. I'm sure you'll post it in the future. Okay.
But honestly, just painting colors, like no shape or anything. Just like adding yellow and pink and blue. And throughout your day, your mind will take a picture of it mentally, and it will have those colors resonating throughout your mind. Even like, I mean, at least for me, like it's just, I don't know, playing with colors is really helpful.
It seems like doing that would also create like just good energy, colors, and just relaxation in your mind.
Definitely. And that's, yeah, it's just, I can't even express enough, like, even though I like come off as like a present, balanced person, this time for me very uncomfortable with like, I think because I am so emotional and so I'm so like heavy at times that when it hits, it's like, it really hits. And even like being present and being happy, like when I'm present and happy, it's like boom, I'm fine, you know,
right.
I feel so good. But when it's the opposite, it's like, oh dang. This is hard.
Yeah, like what do you do, you know? It's like, and I think people are feeling that right now too. Like there's some people that are feeling isolated or feeling alone right now.
Right, which you and I kind of talked about, where it's like even doing these lives or watching someone do a live is so important because it's a sense of community, it's a sense of being heard, it's a sense of feeling that serotonin feeling when you're with a friend, you know, the adrenaline, the love, the touch, and we don't get that anymore. So even like me looking at you right now is like, oh, I'm like really looking at you because it's like, oh, wow, like we are talking.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Definitely. Well, that's one thing I want to do. I want to let the viewers know, hey, we see you guys typing away. Thank you for joining us. Also, if you can, list some books that have helped you out. Let's just continue to breathe some positivity. Whatever it is, just type some things away. Whatever is making you happy, smile. Fivel says books, painting. So just type away. Let's just spread some good energy today.
Yes.
My girlfriend just came downstairs and she brought back, she wants to talk. She said you said something that was great, and you talked about being uncomfortable. So I wanted to talk about that. Like, in what aspects do you feel that's making you feel uncomfortable at this moment? How are you dealing with that?
Oh, that's a loaded question because
okay, if it's too much, we can
I love
okay.
I would rather a loaded question
than
a surface one. I think it's, I don't know where to start. Dealing with being uncomfortable, I guess you need to put your pride down and just talk about it, is what I'm learning. And I thought I was not a bad communicating, at communicating, But now with this situation, I've realized that I'm actually not that good at communicating. And when something irritates me, I'm not good at hiding it. And I think before, when I got irritated, I would just leave. And so now I can't leave. You know, so now it's
Definitely.
like,
Definitely.
now it's like getting familiar and comfortable with expressing myself even when I don't want to.
Right.
And my thoughts, you know, like
Yeah.
adjusting my thoughts to where I'm okay, like as a person, that, and where no one else needs to make me okay, where I can just wake up and be happy because I genuinely overall am a happy person.
Right.
And I think it's honestly, and this sounds so crazy, I think it's the fact that I have no control over what I do anymore. Like, and I keep bringing up like, oh, I can't just leave, because I didn't realize how much that was such a protector, where
Definitely.
you just, you're like, oh, I'm going to take, instead of dealing with the situation, you take yourself out of the situation.
Yep. Yep. Yes, we do.
And so now, instead of leaving, you've got to talk. You've got to talk.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of this, I love communication. I'm so happy. Like when I was, whatever, 21, 22, 23, that was so difficult. But I have a book that I want to refer. It is called Nonviolent Communication. It's by Marshall B. Rosenberg. So maybe I'll just have to send you the book, but
Non-violent communication.
yeah, Nonviolent Communication. You can check it
Okay.
out on Amazon. It's not my Amazon. It's not my book, but it's the book that I've been reading, and it talks about expressing your feelings and your needs, and how to, when you're having an issue with someone, not to criticize them or judge them, but actually express what you feel. And so this is
Right.
something that's been helping me a lot. So I'll hopefully I can just send you the book or something, and you could
I would love, yeah, like I'm so
you can check it
open
out.
to being better. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's good.
darkness, like bringing joy into a room instead of adding on to what everyone is going through and everyone's nerves. So, and I'm with my dad and my sister a lot. And so I think an aha moment for me was like, oh, this is the time where you like actually should appreciate what you have instead of like spoiled with what you have. Um,
Right.
and my dad, he has health issues and he's older, and so it's like another, okay, really appreciate this time, because he needs to be safe and he needs to be loved, and with whatever relationship that him and I carry, forget it and remake it, is like what I am bringing out of this situation. I think a lot of people are going to have these moments of realizations of like loving yourself and becoming your best friend. And
Yes.
like I think that that's so important, because we like physically don't have our best friends right now. And
Right.
so we only have ourselves, unless you're in a relationship with your best friend, which thankfully I am. But like even a girlfriend or like just someone
Right.
else, you know.
Right.
And really, I was listening to a TED talk, and it was saying like how, as stupid as it sounds or crazy as it sounds, like take a picture of put a picture of yourself when you were younger and put it on your bathroom mirror, and every day you wake up and you're like, you are beautiful, and um be like, if you were, what did she say? She was like, if I knew you were going through this, what would I tell you, or how would I tell you to handle it? And like, wow, you have really cute cheekbones, or wow, I love your brown hair. Like, like
Yeah.
really love
Speak to
yourself.
yourself. Speak life to
Yeah,
yourself. Use this
right.
time
Because you have no
because
one
we're so
else.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to feel um
love, valued,
love,
everything's just,
value,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And we don't have, and I'm a physical person and I love physical touch and
Right.
stuff. So it's like the fact that we don't have that
Social
anymore.
distancing, what's going on? Crazy, right?
Literally. So it's like you just have to
Wow.
be your friend and like you have to be, I don't know, there for yourself. And I mean, as much as a struggle as it has been for me recently, like overall, I know that's what the end outcome will be.
Mm-hmm.
We just
Mm-hmm.
have to get there first.
Right. Like our world's already, it's crazy because we talked about this before in the last interview, but it can be just wild as like now there's no hugging, there's no handshakes. Everybody's like kicking
Right.
each other with their foot.
I
Hey, what's
know.
up, man?
Yeah.
So I had a question for you. So like, how is this going to impact us moving forward in your eyes? I mean, we know that it takes like 60 days or 30 days to create a habit. I mean, we're going to be doing this for a while, could be a month, 2, 3 months. Do you think this might have an effect on us in the future?
Yeah,
Of,
I definitely think people are going to become more aware and more cautious about how they spread. Um,
right.
and it is kind of unfortunate that people don't, and that's okay. And now we're learning through this detrimental time, but
Mm-hmm.
it's and that's going to be a hard one for me because when I love you as a friend, I want to like hug you and I want to touch you.
Exactly.
I hold my mom's hand when we're walking and I kiss my girlfriends on the cheek. Like it's
Yeah.
a very loving. So I don't know if I would get more detached from this,
Mm-hmm.
like with my touch, but I definitely know that a lot of people are going to be washing their hands after they use the restroom.
100%. 100%. How do you think? How do you think we should remain connected after this? I mean, what are ways do you think would be the best way? Um,
I think phone calls are going to be
okay.
like instead of texting you, like in before
Mm-hmm.
this, like I wanted to text you, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call him. Like I'd rather just
Yeah.
than
Yeah. That was
like
nice too.
text it. Yeah.
Right.
um, like I'm kind of over like texting is such a new thing and phone calls is such an old school thing, but I really think that phone calling will come back in handy. Even
Definitely.
and it's so like remember like I would
Definitely.
almost shit on it, but like now it's
Right.
like, oh, we
Like
need this stuff to stay connected now.
literally, like my last conversation, that's what I was going to bring up. Like social media was like that hindrance where we're always on it. We're not connecting now. It's literally everybody's
All we have,
online.
yeah, all we have.
So,
And that's
so how
okay.
do we, yeah, yeah,
That's
go
okay
ahead.
as long as we do it and there's no like right or wrong way.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like
With
I
the
feel
balance it, I guess, the same.
yeah, balance it. And I feel like people will use it more positively now because
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's really all we have. Like we don't yeah. I don't know,
Just,
it's a
yeah,
tough.
it's weird. It's like
Yeah.
we're living in a movie. That's
Hmm.
what I feel.
Yeah.
I really feel that. So this is for right now. This is what we're going to be. A lot of people are going to be using FaceTime. I think you're right. It's going to
Mhm.
continue to stay like this. But instead of just texting, calling. Yeah, call your
Calling.
friends.
Yeah. Call
FaceTime them.
them, FaceTime them, look at them, like hear them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess that's how social media can come into play positively, which is
Right.
nice because I was always so judgmental, which is a flaw of mine about
Yeah. Me too.
social
Me too.
media.
I
You know,
could do that. I work on myself too, but I know
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah,
And but the good thing is, it's like, hey, you admitted, hey, I'm working on myself. You're saying I'm not gonna stay the same like I was last year. I'm
right,
gonna just work on myself. I think that's the best thing we can all do.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Um, I think, I don't know if did I mention it, like, right now we are, isolated, we feel alone. Like, what would you tell someone who feels that way right now? Just if you can just speak to them, or this is like,
Honestly, just create.
mm,
Like I can't. This is the time. Like you're not working. You don't have any excuse to
true.
not make something. And like
Mm-hmm.
there are, Andrew said it the other day, there's like a lot, they
Mm,
have the potential to be so amazing, but since they have to make money to live, they don't have the time to even touch closely to what they're capable of. So I
mm,
feel like if everyone used this time to just make one thing within the week,
right.
one thing, literally, you will have
Yeah.
multiple things that you're like, wow, I created that. Wow, I can do this.
Love
And then
that.
it would just open up so much more of a bubble of like yourself. Like, no,
Right.
you don't have to just, but if you do, like, that's another story. Like, if you want to work in an office or if you want to,
Right. Yeah.
totally awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But, but if you have that little tickle of creativity, like,
Mm-hmm.
act on it, act on it. Like you,
I love that.
this is the time for sure.
Right.
Like I'm not the best drawer, but like
Yeah.
for 20 or even color painter, I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing,
Right.
but like it's just literally stimulating yourself to do it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Mm.
Like Andrew, yeah, Andrew and I just made a hand sanitizer. Literally, I don't know.
What?
Like
Wow.
I
That's
didn't know
cool.
that was what we were going to do, but I
Yeah.
love essential oils and I love
Yeah.
naturalness and I love hygiene. And so
Yeah.
why not? And then now it's opened our brains and our hearts to like, oh my gosh, we can literally make a product. We can like do
And is
this.
and is that the product that you have on your story, the company that you own? Is that,
Go
tell me
essential.
like how that, yeah, how
Yeah.
that got started? Because yeah.
Literally I went to a I'm super into naturopath ways of living. And so like
Mm-hmm.
essential oils, no medicine, just doing everything natural
Mm-hmm.
and as much as I can. And literally a week before the corona, or no, like a few weeks before the coronavirus hit, I went to this store called Crooked Path, and it was kind of like a witchy store in
Okay.
the city. And I went to Barnes and Nobles and I got an essential oil book. And then I went there and I just got all of these essential oils that I thought would be necessary in my life for
Mm-hmm.
mood uplifting, for my body, for my scent, for
Mm.
so much. And then so I went home and I just made a bunch of my own oils. And then the coronavirus hit, and him and I were sitting there, and we were like, okay, since we're creating this, we should just create something for everyone.
Yeah.
And then so, we saw, okay, so the hands are what is the first step of passing your germs when someone touches
Mm.
something. So we were like, let's just create a hand sanitizer. Let's just see how it
Mm-hmm.
goes. Let's just ballpark
Right.
it. And then we made one and we started using it, and it worked so well. Our hands felt
Mm-hmm.
so nice. And I was like, let's open it up
Wow.
to the people that I want to share it with. And then ever
Wow.
since then, it was just like, we can like do this. Like, this is like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was such a
It's
movement to
amazing.
where, like, this is just the beginning of how
Right.
much, how much I would love to help cure,
Mm-hmm.
not with the
Mm-hmm.
mind, not just the mind, but like the body too. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
there's such a duality and such a, it's like if you are mentally clear, it would just like, yeah, it was just like saying, just it was like such a universal thing.
Well, that's amazing, because a lot of people, they don't. I mean, they might have an idea, but they don't act on it. So by you just going in there and just having this idea and just doing it, like, I commend you on that. And I think a lot of people who are watching right now, that's going to give them some inspiration. Like, man, I could. I have
You
this
can
idea. I
do
can
it.
do it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Like literally just make the first move. No one's gonna do it for you.
Hmm.
And if you have a friend to help you out, even better. But
Right.
like just do it.
Just,
Like me and
just
I
don't
keep
wait.
like do it. Like
Just this is the time to do this. So if you guys are watching, make sure you go to Fivel's page. Check out the product, purchase the product, support her. She's doing amazing. What music have you been? Somebody says, what music have you been listening to out of the world when you need to? By Lean.Gene4. I don't know if you see that one, Fivel.
yes, I
What
see
music
it.
have you been listening to?
Um so I always listen to the 1975. That's it's like my favorite band, hands down.
Hmm.
A lot of Hosier recently. Um, I found this YouTube video, and it's Hosier, this one of his songs playing from a church in like a forest, and
Nice.
it has like these birds chirping, and it's just it sounds so beautiful with like the acoustics and everything around it. So if you have YouTube, look up Hosier song playing from church and forest, and it'll be the first video that pops up.
That's great. Okay, we got some more questions. Thank you, my girlfriend. She's helping me grab these questions because they're kind of sometimes
Oh,
confusing.
amazing!
But
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah,
viewers keep typing away. This is literally about you guys. This is a community thing. We are
yes,
all
yes,
in this together. So
yes.
we have another question from I think it's Madeline, Maydele. But it says, have you played any games during the quarantine, and if so, which ones?
Rumacube, Rumacube. Yes,
Really?
yes.
I don't know if I played it. Hold on, which game is that one? Is that the?
Rumacube is a I think it's a European game, and it's kind of like Rummy with cards, but you're playing with
Oh,
tiles, and you have to
okay.
get like three of a kind or like a two, three, four, five, but all the same color. I'm not very good at explaining it, but yeah, Rumacube.
Okay, okay, cool. Because that's something. Okay, we have another question from. Man, I know who this is, but I how to spell her name, but it's underscore CHANENA. Um, so her question is, and do you have any advice on activities we can do at home?
Oh, endless.
Any? Yeah, in
Endless
the, I know you.
advice. I have endless advice. Um, Pick up a pen, get a piece of paper, and draw. You can go to Google and type in like easy flower drawings. Boom.
Yeah.
Easy cartoon drawings. Boom. You can get some flowers outside and get some thread and make yourself a bouquet. You could get
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
some pieces of wood on the floor and make a little bowl to hold your jewelry. You
Yeah.
could get a piece of paper, fold it in half, cut out a heart, and write that you love yourself in it. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
so many things that
Love
you
that.
can do.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you. And I
Yes.
know that everybody is they're still typing away. So again, we want to keep typing away questions that you have for Fivel because she has time right now for real.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about atypical in a minute, but right now she's at home. So
Yes.
this is your time to type away. She loves all of you. She sees everything you guys been typing. So the next question we have is if you're feeling uncomfortable, why do you have to deal with it? Somebody asked that question. Why do you have to deal with it if you feel uncomfortable?
That's a really good question. I actually just wrote about this, oddly enough. Um, I feel like I mean, and this has to be your choice to grow. And when
Mm-hmm.
you are uncomfortable, that means you're in the first state of growing. And
Mm.
when you accept newness in your life, that means you are breaking down what was old. So I feel like when you are uncomfortable that's the first step of being like, okay, so I'm uncomfortable. How can I make a new action to where I feel comfortable again? As complex as
Mm.
that sounds. Um, so a simpler way of answering that question is uncomfortable is a good state of growth. And if you
Love
want
that.
to grow into goes.
Yeah, question from NACHOAKO and asks, do you watch anime?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I don't watch like um a lot. Well, there's like a specific type of anime that I watch. It's very mystical and it's like it's not like Pokemon or I don't know. I feel like there's different types of anime. I
Okay.
watch um
Okay.
watch um Studio Ghibli, and that's very it's animation. It's a type of anime. I love that type. Studio
Okay.
Ghibli films are my favorites. Um, but I've been watching this. It's not an animation, but it's a Korean soap opera called Lean on My Shoulder, I think is what it's
Mm-hmm.
called. I'm super into all foreign, like Korean shows, Chinese shows, Japanese shows, and Studio Ghibli, which is animation. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. We have another question from at Loyal. What is your what is your favorite film you've acted in? What is your
Oh,
favorite film you've acted in?
so I am I was before, um, before the Corona, COVID
Mm-hmm.
19 hit.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to film a movie, which is still, it's just postponed. It's on hiatus. Um, I can't give too much away about it, but it's with Sandra Oh, and I am I've become a huge fan of her. I don't know if you know who Sandra Oh is, but she was on Grey's Anatomy. She's on Killing Eve now. She
Mm.
is really special, and I feel like is going to become a huge role model in my life.
Mm.
Um, it's a Sam Raimi film, so it's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it, like I feel like it answers that question because we already started working on our relationship with some meditation practices with her and
Right.
I, and so we've already put work into it, and it's already been like really like nothing else I've ever experienced.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's great. We have another question from at SOPHLUDD. And this question is the virus going to affect when Atypical season 4 comes out? And congratulations on Atypical. That's amazing. So,
Thank you.
woohoo.
I know. It's very exciting. I'm hoping it's not.
Yeah.
I can't say like anything because I don't really know a lot at all. Um, but I'm hoping it's not.
Right. Okay.
That's my answer.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope it's
exactly. You can't say too much on it, but she gonna let
yeah.
y'all know it's gonna be another great season. That's what she wants to tell y'all. I know she.
Yes.
Okay, so we have another question from JLACOL, and it is what have you been doing in your life to tune out the negativity?
Just don't give into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it will be there.
Yeah.
Like just like positivity. You know,
Yeah.
it's there. It's up to you to let it impact you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my mom always told me that the only drama that you have in your life is the drama that you allow in.
Mm.
So with negativity, it's like the only negative or negativity that you'll have in your life is the negativity that you allow in, pretty much.
I
Um,
love that. How do you stop that negativity? Like, sometimes, like, how do you, I guess,
I don't
kind
think
of
you
push it
can.
out the? Okay. Okay.
I don't think you can. You just gotta know that there's nice people and there's not, and there's good
Right.
situations and there's not. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you understanding that there is balance to everything. And
Yeah.
so if you want to give yourself up, enough to be affected by whatever that negative thing is.
Hmm. Hmm. That's good. Thank you. We have another question from JAYEFULS, and it says, "Do you do you think opposites exist, or is it just, or do you think? Okay, do you think opposites opposites exist, or is it just the absence of something? Do you think opposites exist, or is it just the absence of something?
Do you think
I
the
know.
opposites exist, or do
Do you
you
think
think the
think
opposite?
opposites exist, or is it just the absence of something? If it's a little confusing, you can. I mean,
Oh, I think I understand.
because I'm still a little bit confused, to be honest with you. So you might have to help
It's
me
like
out.
if you and I, right? So it's like
Yeah.
your favorite color is red and my favorite color is blue, but is it because you didn't have enough blue in your life and I didn't have enough red in my
Ah,
life and so you just are
interesting.
grown to like blue? I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
You know
I
what I
don't.
mean? I don't know. I guess I don't.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you
Maybe
think
it's the
opposites
absence of
exist?
something.
Yeah.
It
Or do
might
you think
be the absence of something because if you had a full life of what you are lacking or not lacking, but the opposite of something, that's a complex question. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
say
I know we're all
I'm
trying to
gonna
we got to
say
sit down
it's
with
the
that's a good
absence
one.
of something.
Yeah, because our girlfriend just kind of she's helping me with these questions, so I think she has you have some more questions. So all right, we have another question from at KWANE. How do you deal with people or family who are bugging you, but you can't escape or leave because of quarantine? Oh man, that's a good question. Oh,
That
that's a
is a
good
good
one.
question.
That's real.
That's real,
Ooh.
and that's literally what I was going through this week.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay.
I was getting very affected by things and getting triggered by things.
Hmm.
And so the way that I am handling it and my family is handling it, um, the lesson that I need to take out of it, because it's a group effort, if,
Hmm.
and my part is learning to not take things personally.
Mm.
So if I'm getting affected by something, that's because I'm I think it's about me
Hmm.
or just really anything that has to do with me connecting myself to that irritation. And if
Hmm.
I didn't take it personally, then I wouldn't be affected by it because I would just be happy with myself.
Right.
Um, so when you can't escape something that is annoying you or triggering you or affecting you, try to internally be okay with you, and then maybe that thing that is affecting you wouldn't affect you anymore because you know it has nothing to do with you.
Hmm.
Um, and that would I take a lot of things personal. I'm a
Yep. Been. Yep.
jealous I'm a jealous person. I am
Hmm.
like I am very passionate would be a positive way of putting it, and then the
Hmm.
negative way would be like possessive. Um,
Mm.
so when I feel left out, when I feel affected, when I feel like
Right.
something is going on and I'm not involved, or if I feel like this is happening because of me, that's just in my head.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if I just destroy the idea of like, oh, all of this is because of me, and then it's like, oh, well, they're just doing that because they want to.
Right.
Boom.
Hmm.
That's,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm still good. Oh, I'm going to go do this because I
Right.
want to. Like, I'm
Hmm.
making it a positive thing.
Right.
Um, but I think that's a really big life lesson is not taking things personally.
Yes. That was good. Yes, that was powerful. I'm still learning that one because it hurts us all. So
Yeah,
you nailed it. Thank you for being vulnerable with every conversation we have. Like
it's
that's
hard.
not easy. So thank you,
Mm-mm.
thank you, thank you. Okay. The next question
Yeah.
is, I think that was JAVFVLS.
Literally, that's my
That's okay.
favorite
Yeah,
letter.
personally. It's good.
That's my biggest
It's good. Okay.
motto right now is like live, be happy with yourself. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Be happy with you. Be
Be
happy
happy
with
with
you. I love that.
Mhm.
Okay, we have another one from Santiago, Baettis. And what is your favorite scene from Atypical?
Well, I think I have two answers. My favorite scene, because I know everyone's gonna love it, is the kissing scene,
Right.
of course, because that
Yeah,
was such a
everybody has been
yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah. And then my favorite scene, I think it's where I am vulnerable with Jennifer. Um,
Mm.
I think because it just shows a lot of Izzy's character and how she had, she never had the chance to be young, and she doesn't really have a family to rely on. And not a lot at that point, not a lot was revealed about Izzy and her background of who she is. And I think that little bit gave people an insight of like, oh, so she is this way because she had to be, not because it was by choice.
Okay, so you've been watching Tiger King?
You can hear me?
Yes, 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 I can hear you.
Oh, hallelujah. Because every
Yeah,
time I played
I
it,
know. But yes, Tiger King was crazy.
Tiger King was insane. We watched it all yesterday in one sitting, and my head, my eyes were hurting. Like
Oh
everything
my
was
God.
hurting.
It was insane. It was insane. So whoever had didn't see it, you need to watch it. Let Fivel know what you think. But it was crazy. So anyhow, we don't have to go too much detail with it, but it's a very interesting series. And yeah, I don't know if you saw the report on TMZ, but he's suing. He's suing right now. So there's a lot of
What is he
yeah,
suing?
he's suing the like maybe the Netflix special, but for millions of dollars. Some yeah, you just check it out on TMZ. It's pretty wild right now. Yeah, like because he's
I
in
mean,
jail for a long time.
they just stopped filming it in 2019, so it really isn't that long ago. So like that's still, I
Telling
feel like
you.
everything's going to still unravel.
Right, right. So we'll talk about that in another time. But anyway, Fabo, thank you for staying on. Fabo and I did an interview last year. It's pretty awesome too. So check that out on my website at
Heck yes.
Preston Pollard, PrestonPollard.com. Please continue to follow Fivel's journey. This is just the beginning for her. Hopefully we can do these, every year, whatever she wants to do. But I just love to see her growth, just like you guys do. So Fivel, thank you again. You're amazing, and we shall talk soon. God bless
Yes.
you. And thank you all for your questions. 511 them. I hope you guys are satisfied, and I'm hoping to do more of these soon at time. So,
Mm-hmm.
Bible, we shall talk soon.
Yes. Thank you so much, Preston.
Okay, no worries. Talk
Okay.
later. Okay,
Bye.
bye bye. Thank you. Bye.